That's pretty. The whole truck for the legs.
I don't see that.
Pretty?
No, not the legs.
I was looking that way when she said it. You looked at the whole truck. So yeah.
Now love it.
Over to our right is the Paley Center for Media. That's a free museum with a library of thousands of different television shows. Nate and Al's Delicatessen comes into view on our left. Michael Jackson stepped out after lunch and met a fan who asked if she could hug him, and he said yes, and so they hugged and went on their way. Larry King has breakfast there every morning. Said to have the best kosher deli sandwiches in town. Over to our left is the Montage Hotel, where Judge Judy, Woody Allen, Gerard Depardieu, many other actors not based on the West Coast have rooms set aside indefinitely for them. Straight ahead is an apartment building where Chris Evans has an apartment. He plays Captain America in the Avengers movie. Over to our left is the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, where Richard Gere's character stays in Pretty Woman. Emperor Hirohito, Prince Charles and Princess Diana, Elvis Presley and Warren Beatty all stayed there. Elvis stayed there for several years while he did movies for Paramount. The most expensive stores in the city are located up on our right, along Rodeo Drive. Blanca is on our left. It's owned by Lisa Vanderpump, one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You never know who will be showing up to start a food fight. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Courtney Cox, Jimmy Kimmel, and Paris Hilton have come from their favorite sweets. That church over there on the left, way over there, the Church of the Good Shepherd, where Elizabeth Taylor married Conrad Hilton. That was the first of her 8 weddings. Down this way is Beverly Boulevard, where CBS Studios is located. You know, there are no hospitals in Beverly Hills, but one of the most common occupations for residents of this city is plastic surgeon. This is Cedar Sinai Medical Center up ahead. One of the best cancer research centers in the world. This is Gracie Allen Drive, or George Burns Road. There's George Burns Road and Gracie Allen Drive. They name roads and buildings after many of the donors of to these cancer research facilities and medical centers. The Beverly Center, straight ahead, is an 8-story building with lots of shops where all the members of cast of Friends have been seen, as well as LL Cool J, Shamar Moore, William Peterson have been seen. Moving on to La Cienega Boulevard, which is known as Restaurant Row. There are lots of restaurants, especially further up here where the stars go to dine.
Sir, show me somebody, please. You keep telling me.
Britney Spears has enjoyed the food at Genwa. Left. Rachel McAdams and Colin Farrell have been seen at Coco de Chão, Brazilian-style restaurant. Meets Fire of the Earth. Have you ever tried garlic ice cream? Well, if you're ever curious, check out the ice cream at the Stinking Rose. Their motto is, we season our garlic with food. If there's ever an outbreak of vampires, you'll be safe at the Stinky Crows. John Wayne, and they erected a statue of the Duke right out in front. This later became the headquarters of Larry Flint Publications, famous for Hustler magazine. Saban Theater was bought and renovated by the Saban Company, famous for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The owner of Saban, or founder of it, grew up in Israel. He dropped out of school, but he made it pretty big. As you can see, Saban Entertainment produces a lot of TV shows and movies. Power Rangers is still going, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Yeah, okay. $8,200 on our right is where Death Row Records was founded. This used to be just a very desolate dirt road, but soon it became the main route for a lot of businesses to get from one end of the city to another. And any business that opened along here, like a hotel, restaurant, resort, was hugely successful, and thus it became known as the Miracle Mile. In recent times, it's been remade as the Museum District. A lot of businesses are here, but further up are the Peterson Automotive Museum, the Brea Tar Pits, and the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, or LACMA. Over at the Peterson Automotive Museum, they're going to be holding an exhibit of all the fancy cars used in shows like Batman and Knight Rider. The sci-fi car exhibit will be going on there. In front of the main entrance is where Notorious B.I.G. was shot and killed. A little bit of morbid history there for you.
It is.
But that's another reason why it's a place of interest. The cars in there are really fancy. If you like cars, visit Peterson. Look up to your right. They're building a Death Star. Actually, that's going to be the LACMA's Museum of Cinematic Special Effects. Yeah, just a museum of special effects. And they've got a whole building set aside for it.
Yeah, depending on which way you go.
To our right is the park set aside for the Brea Tar Pits, the world's oldest exhibit. Paleontologists have unearthed or untarred over 1 million different fossils. This area had a unique blend of different minerals and substances that formed a black gooey tar, and it was covered over with water. Animals coming by to drink the water would sometimes be trapped in the tar and were fossilized. They found sometimes just bones, other times whole bodies of prehistoric beasts like mammoths and mastodons, saber-toothed tigers, and all the other animals that were the basis for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Also, a 30,000-year-old woman was found in there. Her body was very well preserved, so she was looking really good for her age.
Yeah.
شكله مجاز للدكتور.
The largest tar pit is on our right. LACMA's City Lights display draws a huge crowd of people who are just looking for that perfect selfie. Just common street lights are now art when arranged in the right way.
That's a tight space though. And Marie, them Diamond. Didn't she shoot her video here? Diamond. Give me Diamond.
Antes le quería matrimonio a Sam. Aquí fue. Es que me
There's no single place where stars go to shop or dine. There are just a lot of different little enclaves of shops and restaurants, and we'll be going along one of them in just a few more minutes. Over to our right is the Grove Farmers Market, where the first pro baseball stadium in the state was built. And it's still a farmers market with lots of exotic eateries. And this is where Channing Tatum has been seen. There's a convention center here too. There's also a movie theater, bookstore, shopping center, much like Disneyland. Dupar's, that restaurant back there, has been around since the 1930s. CBS Studios is to our immediate right, where they shoot the TV series Price is Right. Cantor is on our left, is a New York-style Jewish deli. 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Leonardo DiCaprio has been seen eating a pork beef sandwich there. He usually goes in at about 2 o'clock in the morning. There are shops along here where a lot of independent fashion designers open up their outlets. More stores like that are located on Melrose Avenue, where we're headed next. Melrose Avenue gained a lot of attention during the 1990s when the grunge movement made secondhand clothing the new in fashion. Yeah, make the clothing as drab and dingy as possible and the kids will love it. Became especially popular for members of Nirvana and Green Day. Along Melrose Avenue are a lot of high-class shops, but there are also some second-hand shops, so you can find anything from $10 t-shirts to $15,000 jackets here. And that's no exaggeration. That's an actual price range. They keep a lot of the empty buildings in pristine condition for temporary businesses that will market new items to see how well they sell. But this is where you'll find just about any type of fashion you care to name. Mainstream or, as they say, alternative. American Vintage is one of those places that will sell you a really good vintage jacket for only a couple $100. It's a must-go place if you like, vintage clothing, and they don't overprice you. The Reconstruct place over there on the right, where you get t-shirts for like $200. Maya Rudolph, Melissa McCarthy, and Kathy Griffin and Lisa Kudrow got their training at the Groundlings School of Comedy, coming up on our right. Many Saturday Night Live alumni have gotten their training there, and Paul Rubens created his character of Pee Wee Herman at Groundlings. Yeah, they really teach you how to bring out your funniest personality. If you like hot dogs, Pink's Hot Dogs is celebrating its 80th anniversary. If Betty White goes to Pink's and she's a vegan, Martha Stewart has a hot dog named after her there. Yeah, that's a good place to go for hot dogs. They got just about every type of hot dog you care to name. Jet Rag is another vintage clothing shop which has supplied clothing for the wardrobe department of Stranger Things, Mad Men, and American Horror Story. Over to our left is McDonald's, and Speedy the Hamburger Head is the original mascot of McDonald's instead of Ronald McDonald. That was back in the old days, you know, back when McDonald's had good hamburgers. Julia Child, the French chef, had a very good commentary about McDonald's food. She said, well, it tastes almost like food. Kat Von D's high voltage tattoo parlor is coming into view on our left. Kat became famous because of the reality series LA Inc. Nowadays there's a new series about tattoo parlors, but Kat also has her own line of makeup, which is doing pretty well. Charlie Chaplin started his own production company called United Artists so that he wouldn't have to listen to bigwigs and bureaucrats telling